many challenges here at UT. Now in my 4th year as an undergrad, I can reflect on many barriers I have faced and continue to face while I'm here. I have witnessed friends and family come and go, graduating through hard times and also dropping out due to not having enough money to be here, to not feeling supported by the institution and having a general sense of discomfort and alienation when trying to navigate this very large and at times intimidating place. The very fact alone that I am one of the first in my family to attend a university tells you something. When having a conscious analysis of socioeconomics, we must talk about the construction of the nation state and citizenship, assimilation, colonization of native peoples, colonialism, imperialism, and the United States history of slavery. Especially here in this particular type of enslavement, we are living in the plantations of the South. The roots of capitalism within our country are supported by patriarchy, classism, and racism.
That's right! That's right!
The oppressive structures that exist today within the global world, the nation, Texas, and this university must be analyzed in order for us to move forward. We cannot be in denial or hide the fact that my grandmother and grandfather received an 8th grade education, that my nana was the first to teach me feminism, yet her story is rarely told within these walls because she does not have a degree to legitimize her intelligence. We cannot be in denial about the fact that women weren't always allowed to be here, that there is no free child care at UT for student mothers, that in society at large, many times, women weren't always encouraged to get an education. We cannot hide the fact that minorities weren't always allowed to attend this university. And when they were, there were dorms segregating the races. For example, Simpkins at the very edge of campus was an all-black male dorm. We cannot be blinded to the fact that there are many statues of the Confederate heroes, the same heroes that contributed in killing my people and fighting for this land. And when they were, we cannot ignore the fact that we have people here who don't have the $5,000 to pay for their semester tuition, and they have to borrow it. We have to borrow it and eventually pay it back. And a lot of people aren't here because of that. We cannot pretend like everyone is on the same level playing field because this is not so. Our history can teach us of the segregation, of this oppression, of this reality in which we live in today. If it was up to me, this university would be free. If it was up to me, I'd like to learn and talk about my family's forms of resistance. I want to talk about white privilege and feminism from my grandma, who never even dreamed of being in this institution, whose life couldn't allow for such a privilege. When I think about how I got here, I think about how easy it could have been for me to drop out of high school, to have gone to juvie, to be labeled a bad kid, a lazy kid, a rude kid, and become a